Hey everybody, welcome back to Travel Trailer Nation, which hopefully you're a part of. I thought I would get you up to speed on the July shipment numbers from the RVIA. And as always, you can go out to rvia.org. I don't know why that's so hard to say. And you can look at the shipment information yourself and draw your own conclusions. And as always, let me start by saying one, that shipments are not indicative of sales. They're just shipments from the manufacturer into the dealer lots. And another interesting note right now is with this model year change, they're probably pushing quite a few in there, which makes today's report look even worse than I thought it would. And let me also say that they're always comparing their growth rate to the year before. So right now what they're going to do is compare July's shipment numbers of 2025 to July of 2024. And then of course there will be the year to date 25 versus 24. So and I have to read most of this because quite frankly I'd never remember these numbers. So anyway, this month is bad news, and I think it's probably pretty bad news, really bad news. But right now in the towable shipments for the year, they are at 191,727 units that are shipped. If you remember last month, they had shipped 172,401 for the year. So that's only an increase of 19,326 units, which is really low when you compare it to previous months where they were hitting about 25,000 units per month. On with the July numbers anyway, and we'll break this down into the towables. In July, the travel trailer shipments were down 12.9% over July of 24. And I have to say, I'm not sure that I've ever seen that before when I've looked at these reports where travel trailers were actually negative, in the negative numbers. And year to date, they're only up 2.5% for the whole year over last year, which, and I've said it over and over and over again, that was not a good year. The fifth wheels were up 9.1% over July of 24, and that's a 10% drop from last month. And the year-to-date number compared to 24 is up 20.5%, but that's actually down 2% from last month's number. So there's a decline there overall for the year. Pop-up campers were down 18.9%, but remember last month they had that weird reported huge swing of 42.7%. So this may just be a correction in the numbers. Year to date, they're down. They're in the negative numbers at a negative 3.1%. Truck campers are up 16.2% in July when compared to 24. Year to date, they're up 20.9%. Again, truck campers and pop-up campers are a very small part of the market and shipments, so that when there's a modest increase, it seems to swing the needle pretty severely. So just keep that in mind. I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about motorhomes, but only the A's and C's, the Type A and Type C, were up. When compared to July of 24, the Type A's were up 7.4% and the C's were up 25.5%, but the B's were down 1.9%. However, for the years, A and B's are still in negative territory and C's are barely positive at 1.1%. And again, motorhome situations a little bit like pop-up campers where they don't move a lot of those, but the industry, is obviously struggling in the motorhome market. So what did RV Industry Association President and CEO Craig Kirby say? Well, he said, our latest research shows RVing will remain popular as we head into the fall, with affordability topping the list of reasons people plan to go on an RV adventure. And I suppose it all depends on how you define affordability. Tell that to the folks that are buying a new RV and suddenly they've got frame flex issues and they're spending all kinds of time, energy, and perhaps money in getting that repaired. And then also tell that to people that bought an RV without an independent inspection and now their trailer's sitting in a lot somewhere while they're making payments on a trailer, waiting for it to get repaired and canceling camping reservations and losing money that way. I guess it all depends on what affordability means. So anyway, just saying, that's kind of the way I look at it. So those are the numbers for July, and you know, we'll see where this whole thing goes. I think that I'm going to even probably downgrade what I thought was going to happen for the year to a lower number. Now I'm going to go to an RV show here in about, I think, 2 weeks. And I will certainly come back and let you guys know if I see anything changing as far as, you know, like modifications to trailers, or, you know, what if the industry seems to be taking a certain turn somewhere. But I don't really have any high hopes that anything's really changed there. But it will be interesting from a couple perspectives. One, just to see the new trailers. And then second of all, to see what kind of a crowd that RV show really draws. From all indications, I'm going to guess that it is not going to be as crowded as it has been in previous years, but I'll let you know. And hopefully I'll have a little video of the show as well. So anyway, that's it. Until next time, happy camping.